bringing you news and information from around the Pacific Command. This is your AFN Pacific Report.
Thanks for joining us on this edition of AFN Pacific Report. I'm Senior Airman Therese Garnier. Speaking to reporters on Tuesday in Washington, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Martin Dempsey, said his fourth visit to Asia and first to China was to assure allies of U.S. commitment to the region. Dempsey assured South Korean and Japanese leaders that America will work with them to deter current threats and shape the security environment of the future. While in China, he told Chinese leaders that the U.S. will continue to work with them on forming a new relationship. During the Japan leg of his trip, General Dempsey made a stop at Yokota Air Base to conduct a town hall meeting. He also sat for an interview during which he discussed deployment lessons learned from more than a decade of war.
We've learned over the last 10 years, I think we've learned what a sustainable rotational pattern looks like. So the Army, for example, seeks a 1 to 3. In the National Guard and Reserve, it's 1 to 4 or 1 to 5 in some specialties, meaning one period of time deployed and 3 or 4 back. So, 4 months deployed, 12 months back, so forth. And each service has a bit of has a different model that works for them. And so we've learned that over time. So what we have to do now is take a look at our global responsibilities, our obligations under treaties and alliances, and our desire to shape events through our presence, and then that'll determine, that plus the op tempo, that's this issue of how long forward, how long home, that will determine how we approach that future in a different fiscal environment. But we're moving in the right direction.
Sasebo security forces teamed up with local Japanese police in an effort to battle the problem of drinking and driving.
CFAS Security and Japanese authorities held a campaign to make sure drivers are more aware of the dangers of driving under the influence.
What happened today is that CFAS Security, as well as the Traffic Safety Department, as well as the Sasebo Police Department, we came out here to bring awareness of traffic safety for all drivers here in Sasebo. We went ahead and handed out flyers to all the traffic drivers in Sasebo. On the flyers, it talks about the traffic safety awareness, make sure that each driver pay attention to the road, make sure they wear their seatbelts, as well as avoid DUI drinking and driving.
Last year in Nagasaki Prefecture, we had 78 DUI-related accidents. 4 of those DUI-related accidents resulted in a casualty.
Though it's always good for American service members to bond with their host nation, there's a special reason why they work together for this event.
It's important to have CFAS Security participate and join in for this kind of campaign, because here in Sasebo, not all the drivers are Japanese. There are SOPA drivers here too.
So it's important for sailors to stay out of trouble and to respect the host nation and to reduce or eliminate the possible driving under the influence or DUIs.
At the campaign, there was a brief ceremony where Senior Chief Cloutier brushed up on his foreign language skills and gave his speech in Japanese.
Minasama, konnichiwa. Watashi wa KUI bun no Cloutier Jokyū Joutai Heisu desu. Beikai gun Sasebo Kichi, Shireikan ni.
Nobody expects this campaign to completely eradicate DUI accidents in Japan, but if it prevents even just one, it was time well spent. Petty Officer Che Rose, Fleet Activities, Sasebo, Japan.
We head to Korea for a celebration as Wolfpack leaders threw a party to celebrate their hard-fought victory, crushing a unit inspection.
Wolfpack airmen know they starve alone or feast together. Celebrating their successful completion of the Consolidated Unit Inspection, or KUI, Wolfpack airmen took to the streets for a block party. Softball was the headliner, allowing many teams to compete throughout the day, with AFN Kunsan broadcasting live.
A great relief from all the tensions that we've had for the past couple of weeks. We've been doing a lot of work, a lot of hard work trying to prepare for those last couple of weeks. And today, we're really just kind of like, we're letting it loose, we're having a good time, we're bowling, we're eating, and we're just enjoying each other's company outside of work.
Everyone headed to the Loring Club for lunch, provided by the Wolfpack Force Support Squadron. Airmen brought fierce competition to the golf scramble.
Having a great time out here at the golf course. Currently on hole number 9, getting ready to put a hole in 1 in there. So I'm having a blast out here.
Fireman Challenge was physically demanding, requiring speed and endurance. Wolfpack Airmen and their leaders took a little time to enjoy their post-KUI success. From Kunsan Air Base, Korea, I'm Army Sergeant Lauren Massey.
Across the military, it's known by many names, some not so flattering, such as Roach Coach or Gut Truck. But as you'll see in this next story from Iwakuni, the mobile canteen serves an important role and probably deserves a better term of reference.
It's 6 a.m. and a group of Japanese cooks prepare food that will later find its way to service members across the air station. They work for the Mobile Canteen, a food vendor aboard Air Station Iwakuni that delivers refreshments to units across the base.
I go in every shop, many shop, needs to customer, sales to customer, service. I like.
For service members who can't make it out of their shops during lunchtime, this service is their only way to get something into their stomach. Sergeant Ellison Panetta, a truck manager and platoon sergeant from MWSS 171 Motor T, explains the significance of the mobile canteen, more commonly referred to as the gut truck by military members.
Sometimes we have Marines out in the field, sometimes we have Marine training, sometimes we have Marines just getting ready to go and do that deployment. So sometimes we don't have the time or the opportunity to go to the chow hall. So right there, the gut truck is right there to provide that service.
Food Court Assistant General Manager Koichi Ishimura sees the mobile canteen as a unique and effective way to serve the air station.
I think this is kind of rare in the Japanese community. I never seen that kind of service, doing as a regular business. So that's all we're doing is really special. And then, like I said, it's really important for the military people, I believe.
And the Marines and sailors they serve agree.
They're doing a great job in providing the service to the Marines so that they can just grab something to eat and carry on with the plan of the day.
They're so busy, they don't have that chance to coming over here like food court, so that's the part of their time to get the energy.
And as long as these Marines need energy to work, they'll need food and beverages to keep them going. Lance Corporal Trevor Phillips, Marine Corps Air Station Iwakuni, Japan.
Coming up, USS Asheville gets the girls. But first, let's take a look around the Pacific Command in today's snapshots.
Firefighters at Yokosuka decontaminate a victim during a hazardous materials safety drill as part of Exercise Reliant Gale. Misawa residents hold a candlelight vigil to remain aware of sexual violence and vow not to be a bystander. 2 helicopters transport cargo between the aircraft carrier USS Nimitz and the military Sea Lift Command ship during a replenishment at sea.
Female middle school students at Yokosuka spent a day aboard a submarine learning how science and technology can translate into a Navy career.
Ghosts can't be seen, so it's not surprising that the Los Angeles-class submarine, USS Asheville's motto reads,
USS Asheville, we're the ghost of the coast.
But some lucky ladies had the chance to meet the not-so-ghostly sailors of the sub.
We're thrilled to show off the USS Asheville today. We are hosting a number of junior high girls from DoD Junior High in the Yokosuka area, and I've got exceptional crew members taking them through the ship to show them the various aspects of submarine life and what you can do with a science and technology degree in today's Navy.
The girls learn life under the deep blue seas ain't easy.
I think it seems kind of hard.
On a submarine, you don't have many luxuries.
Because the beds and stuff.
Space is a big thing.
And they only get like 30 seconds of water, which is kind of hard since we're girls and we need like time to shower, so.
And when the time comes, the submariners of USS Asheville are ready to share their space.
There's obviously not a lot of space here.
With their future female counterparts.
We are at the leading edge of women in submarine force right now. With these young ladies coming up now, get them to start thinking about what the submarine force has to offer for young women. And it's a great recruiting opportunity for us, but it's really to show them what the submarine force is capable of and what they could really do to serve their country in a brand new, fresh capacity.
There are no females serving on board the USS Asheville. But if any of these giddy girlies get submerged into the science and technology field, their future workplace may wind up being the ghost of the coast. Petty Officer Shamira Purifoy, Yokosuka Naval Base, Japan.
It's fair to say the military is a tight-knit community. probably more so than your typical civilian community back in the States. The constant moving most service members experience during their career means they usually end up with a long list of friends for whom they do just about anything to help, regardless of the miles of separation.
A former member of the 35th Logistics Readiness Squadron, Tech Sergeant Christopher Smith, recently faced a devastating loss. His wingman, Tech Sergeant Camilo Romero, worked with Tech Sergeant Smith during his time in Misawa.
His son Noble was born 3 months premature. After that, luckily he pulled through, did really well, and unfortunately one night after 7 months of being alive, he just didn't wake up. So we're trying to raise awareness throughout the wing, just to let them know that, you know, these issues are affecting our people. It actually just hit us close to home.
Currently stationed in Pacific Air Force's headquarters in Hawaii, Tech Sergeant Smith dedicates a March of Dimes, March for Babies event in memory of his son. His wingmen in Misawa were ready to support him despite being an ocean away.
We're trying to set up our run with theirs. We're trying to mimic what they're doing and raise more donations for that. We're trying to help him because he's still a POL brother.
Marchofdimes.com continues to take donations to research the problems that threaten the health of babies and help mothers have full-term pregnancies. Petty Officer Carla Foster, Misawa Air Base, Japan.
That's it for this newscast. From all of us here at AFM Pacific, thanks for watching.